Peter, it's great to be in your kitchen.
It's wonderful to have you,
Oh, listen,
sweetie.
you know, look, I
Yeah.
know you.
Yeah.
And this kitchen is not only your passion, it is your pièce de résistance. Your
Well,
heart
it's the
and
chapel,
soul.
it's the church.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could see the bells there in the copper
The copper
pots. So when the windows are open, they start.
they start to clang.
start
They
blowing.
Start to
And,
clang. Oh,
yeah. So it's.
yeah. But you know what I want you to do? I want you to tell us how you created that kitchen. And I use that word very deliberately because this is your creation. It's not just a floor plan or a blueprint that suddenly evolved into 3 dimensions. You created every inch of this.
Right.
Walk us through it if you can.
I had a rough idea of where things were going to go, but not precise. The only thing I knew in terms of the beginning was the stove, which
Okay.
really represents the altar, the chapel, and that everything was going to evolve around that because it was very important that you didn't plan out too much.
Okay.
And as each day happened, things would progress in this kind of a natural, rhythmic fashion. So once the stove was in place, then it was clear that the refrigerator went here, the sink went here, and everything else kind of grew out of the center blossom of the first positioning of the first piece.
Right.
And then that's how I knew there was going to be a skylight to allow light to come into the space, and how the entire house evolved from the stove.
Right.
Because in the old days, that's where everything happened, was in the kitchen. That was the heart. You know, that was the warmth, that was the pulsation,
That's still the case.
and the
Yeah.
fluidity, you know, of the center of the being. It was like the spinal cord. It was just everything. It just kind of flowed into the space. Bacchus, I knew we needed, you know, a center mass that kind of, you know, emanated. And as you could see, that I put these jewels.
Yes, I
in
do. I
Bacchus,
noticed
and
that.
The eyes
His
are
little
glittering.
eyes are twinkling.
Well, you notice these tiles have this it's a very unusual blue, and it has to
Yes.
do with the oxidation of a wood-firing kiln, which you can't achieve in any other way, whether it would be gas or, you know, oil. It's
Right.
the wood that does it.
Peter, the one thing we have to talk about, in addition to this altar of the wolf stove
Yes.
and Bacchus, is your dining room table. It is exquisite. The wood is exquisite. Tell us about it.
Well, I knew it had to be a special and unique piece. I mean, and also very simple. So actually, what I was looking for was one solid piece of wood that was pretty wide and also had a lot of figure. And what I was looking for was babinga, which is a hardwood in, you know, in South America and also Africa. And found this one particular piece that was just exquisite. And I didn't really care about the laying process. All I really wanted was something to lie this top on a base.
Yeah.
And by the way, it's called, the wood is called babinga, but we call it bada bing.
Yes, I figured you would get that. You are a passionate man. We can
Yeah.
see that. And you know what I would like listeners and viewers to also understand is that, you know, you're an artisan and that you do other things. And can you tell us a little bit about your other work? I mean, it extends beyond the kitchen. This didn't just pop up out of your brain one day from nowhere. I know you do other things. You make furniture, you make sculpture.
Yeah. Well, my training originally was in classical singing at BU School of Fine Arts.
Wow.
And then I went into the visual arts, where at one point I had 2 studios making sculpture. Taking that concept or that feeling and bringing it into a home environment, and how that has to also unfold like a painting or a piece of sculpture.
If I came to you and said, Peter, I want you to do my kitchen, what would I have to be ready for? What would I have to tell you or not tell you?
Well, basically, just sort of tell me everything.
Okay, everything about
Everything,
who you are.
everything that's in,
Yeah.
that you're feeling and what you'd like, and then we sit down with a glass of wine. If you smoke cigars, that's even better. And then it'll kind of grow and evolve from there. And Yeah, and then basically that would be it. I would get a sense of who you are, and we can just allow this idea to grow.
What do you want people to feel when they come in your kitchen and when they eat your cooking? Because I think people should know you're a wonderful chef.
Yeah, would you like to see the
See,
vinegar
yeah, look
peppers
what
and
you- yeah, there
sausages
you
which
go.
are in the oven right now?
There you go.
Yeah.
I don't know if you would do that for other clients, but
Oh,
I'm going to
absolutely.
take advantage of it.
Absolutely.
What do you want us to what do you want us to feel when we come in your kitchen, into the heart of your home?
Well, I want you to feel that it's yours, you know, and it's your space too. And we're just basically sitting down, sharing a space together, sharing a home together, and that it belongs to you too.
Okay, thank you for
Okay.
letting us into your altar, your church, the heart of your home. Thank
Well,
you,
thank
Peter.
you, sweetie.
All right.
Yeah.